here, hopefully. I don't know where we are. Are you there? I'm
I'm
here.
there.
We're surviving slowly but surely. The spring has taken hold of us. That's for sure. So we're out here. Still riding. We're supposed to get 2 feet of snow this weekend, potentially. So yeah. And TC, what have you been working on lately?
Bindings recently because my knee went to shit last Friday, just out of nowhere. But yeah, doing that top fives recently. Got some that tie in together, so they have a little cliffhanger action. But yeah, that's what I've been working on, trying to rehab this thing. A lot of CBD or a lot of CB days on it. That's pretty much like in the morning when I wake up, when I get home from riding, when I go to bed. I just repeat that cycle, just living in it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're at. So we do have the game of Snowboard going on. So if you spin the wheel and you get a letter and you spell out Snowboard, you could win a snowboard. And we're going to have this going all summer long. But at the same time, you could also go bankrupt and lose all your letters. So, there's that. Also in the ticker below, we've got a description of what we're going on there. We also got a poll going in the chat. So for anyone that wants to answer that, this week's question is: should we rent a resort for a private shred weekend? And the options are yes, no, take my money, is this free, I'm poor. So we're looking at it not for 2025, but for 2026. So there is a potential out there. Anyways, let's get this going. We've got a super chat from our boy Letters for Democracy. # Letters for Letters. Toe side, never. Oh, yeah, toe side, never. And then we got Slushy Shredder. I'm a sinner and did not click the link. I apologize to Baroness and to you, Uncle A. I've said my hail slims and beg for forgiveness. # click the damn link. # don't be a sinner. # all hail slim. That's right. Click those links. We're trying to train you guys. You're Pavlov's dog. If we put up a review, you know where to go and click the link. More toe side never. All right. And we're back to letters. Best carving party board. # Charles needs a brew. # letters for letters. Strand of Brew is up there with one of the best carving party boards you could get on. So, it's fun stuff.
Yeah.
Could do a super.
It's the season
too.
for it. Yeah.
Super big, yeah, would be another one. Wow. Person above you gets a letter. That's Slushy. That's your boy Slushy. He's on there now. He's got an S, all because of you. You're such a good friend. And we got a bunch of people here. I think we don't have anyone that's in the lead, but we've got a lot of people with 2 letters. So they're slowly working on it. All right. Okay, we got Tanky. I just got a deal on a 22-23 Capita Navigator with Rome Vices pair well. I also own some Union Atlas and Ultras. I could take off my other boards. Yeah, slap the Vices on there. You'll be fine. You'll be good. All right. Another super chat from Letters. Corb's team kills non-democratic. # letters for letters. If you're not playing Helldivers, you're missing out. That game is so fucking good. Team kill everyone. Ooh, hot soup coming through. And then we got Michael Jackson. Uncle Averin, do you have any tricks recommendations? Have an eraser size hole in a pant leg of a bib, duct tape, or just let it ride. Hole is down by the bottom boot seam on the pant leg. It's an L1 bib. So clean it off, get some of those no-sew patches for it, put it on there, and you're good to go from there. That's what I would do.
Volcom also sells those like Gore-Tex patches.
It's the
and
same
you just,
company. They're the
yeah,
No.So
same
patch.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
the same company. You can just slap them right over it.
Yep.
So, but if it's the size of a racer, I mean, it's about that big around. So, the No.So patch, I think, is about quarter size. So you just put that right over it, and that should rectify the problem. All right. We got Mars thinking about moving to Bend or Salt Lake City this winter, but can't decide. Bend has greater vibes and less crowds, but more mountains in Salt Lake City. What do y'all think? How much time you want to spend in traffic?
Yeah.
That's the big thing. Like going up the canyon to Brighton and Solitude is a bitch on the weekends. It's not even good
Yeah.
on a weekday or a powder day. Like,
Yeah, you better wake up at 4 a.m. to get up there on a POW day is what I've heard.
yeah, I've been lucky every time I go, and I always take my friend Liz with me because she's got buffet parking for life, aka handicap. So we throw the thing up there and pull right into Brighton front row, and
Yeah.
we're good to go. So yeah, I would say it depends on what you want. Like if you need city life, then yes, I'd go to Salt Lake because then you can watch crackheads fight downtown and shit. But if you don't need that, I would probably go to Bend. I'd rather have one good mountain I can get to and not deal with bullshit than have 5 mountains right there that I'm spending 4 hours in traffic. Like there's a reason I don't leave Breck on a weekend. Like my car does not move.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that, and then I mean, it depends what kind of snow you want too. Are you
Yeah, you're
fine
gonna
with
get
heavy
heavy
wet
up the
snow too?
Northwest.
Like, if you're fine with that, then yeah, that would probably be a good option. But
I, here's the thing: when I moved from New York to Washington, I went from wet heavy snow to wet heavy snow, so I didn't know the difference.
yeah,
And to me, I was like, "This is." Everyone kept telling me how heavy it was, and I kept thinking, I was like, "This is lighter than what we get in New York." And then I moved to Steamboat, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I remember the first POW day at Steamboat, I sunk to the bottom and hit a rock, and I was like,
yeah,
"What the hell just happened?" I'm so used to being able to jump off things and having compression. I just sunk.
yep.
And they're like, "That's Colorado." And I was like, "What? This is bullshit."
Yeah, it's wild.
Then like 2 years into it, I was like, "I don't want to live anywhere else. The snow's too heavy. I'm
Hmm.
lazy."
I don't have to work that hard in POW days here.
Oh my god, that POW day last week.
That was a
Oh,
workout
that
though.
fucking
That was
destroyed me.
yeah, the 2 days of it. Like by day two, when I was riding, I was like, I only got like a couple runs in me because I'm fucking dead right now. Like
I was
that
riding
wet
that
heavy
Uber
suit.
egg, and all I could think of was, "Thank God I'm riding the Uber egg," because I would
Yeah,
just stand on the POW and just tugboat down the run, and everyone else was dying next to me, and they kept looking at me and like, "This guy doesn't even have leg burn. He's just standing there, just going." "Chicka, chicka, 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 chicka." So
but just be aware it does get weird in Bend. It gets weird up there.
oh, there we go. We got someone else winning another letter. And I don't think you're on there, so we'll write you down. You got an S. Now you just got to get now board.
Mhm.
All right. We got Mike Lungcar. Hey, Angry. Already have an K2 Alchemist 2023 model. Was wondering if I should grab a 2024 K2 Antidote. It's kind of overkill there. It's a lot of overlap.
Yeah, I mean, it depends. If you want a stiff park board, maybe. But
That would be the only thing at that
yeah,
point. Yeah.
that would be the only reason I would get it is if you're like, I like this, but I just want a twin or directional twin. Then yeah, if you want to go rip the park in it, switch that sort of thing. But otherwise, a lot of overlap.
We got Tragon with the us pipe. Penicillin pipe. Peanuts horts. Lose a turn. All right. And then we got rough. What's something you guys see now in the hill or a piece of tech in a board binding booth that makes you say, wish we had that shit when I was starting? Literally fucking everything. Dude. TC's lucky. He started snowboarding when we had real snowboard boots. My shit it looked like a fucking floppy ass Sorel that you had to buy an external ankle harness that went around under the bottom and over the back to lock your heel down. Like, man. Oh my God, dude. Yeah, I could tweak for days. Like, I remember being able to, like, my ankle would move like this. So if this is the front of the board, it would literally move like this in my boot, side to side. My bindings were essentially a piece of metal with a piece of clear plastic for a high back and then ratchet straps to hold me in. That's what it looked like. Like,
Yeah.
We are in the golden age of technology these days. Nobody understands that. When people are like, when someone tells me that shit sucks, I was like, it might suck for you, but by and large, like, stuff is good. Like, you have to go out of your way to make bad product. Like, out of your way. You have to over-engineer a pile of shit to make bad product. This is fucking trash. Fucking trash. But then you like these C8s right here. I mean, my God. Just the high back alone. Like, this is amazing. These straps. Nobody like, if you didn't ride back in the day, and I'm not talking like you rode aggressively and then you quit and then you came back and you're still using your 10, 15-year-old shit. I'm talking like you had to buy a new board every year and you've done that for the last 20 years. If you've done that, you understand. But most people don't understand that. Like, I really want to do a video like showing the history of snowboard boots where like I order a bunch of old generic ass shit off eBay and go through it. Same thing with bindings. Like the other day, we were in the lift line for American Flyer and I looked down and some chick had a set of Solomon SP2s. And I looked at it and I was like, I can't believe she's still using those. And they were a guy's binding. I bought those in 2000. Those were a 24-year-old binding. I bought them. I might have actually bought them in, no, let's see. Yeah, I bought them December 2000 because I blew a whole paycheck on them. And then they shredded my boots because they sucked. But I needed a more responsive binding. And it was, yeah, looking at that, like, people don't realize how well they have it now. Fuck. I remember, like, you had to buy the expensive Discman if you wanted good music, and it would still skip. My friend Ryan, he bought an MP3 player out of the back of a magazine from Japan. He sent money to an address and just said, I want this. It held 16 songs. That was the first time I ever saw an MP3 player in 1999.
We were talking about that the other day, actually, how like there was a phase where you would buy like a box of cereal and it would come with an MP3 player that would like you can load like 3 songs onto this and you're like, what the hell? Like there were a million different kinds of MP3 players, but it's like everybody pretty much had an iPod. But like they're just giving those things away. Like, what is this? Like, why?
So crazy because like I can't ride without music now because my tinnitus sound is the sound of scraping ice. So it just amplifies in my head. So I need it. Like I need to block it out. And I mean, cell phones. Like so many people take this for granted. I was talking with my friend Kevin that I grew up with because he was here 2 weeks ago. And we were talking about like how crazy it was when we were kids that only one of us had a cell phone and it was for emergency purposes only. And he was only allowed to turn it on to call his mom if his dad didn't show up to get him. That was it. And it was the old Nokia brick. But the rest of us, it was like, we had to call the landline at your house and be like, are you coming? Or if we knew what day of the week it was just like show up to the resort and then you'd see all your friends. Like there wasn't any texting. There wasn't any of this or filming. I remember the first time we ever filmed a homie movie, we had a dad cam, like the fucking full VHS big one. And we had 2 VCRs hooked through a PlayStation 1 so we could put music to it, and we would record one to the other with the music, and that was how we made a video. Like, people have no idea how good they fucking have it these days. Like, I look at all this and I'm like, man, these kids have it so good. Terrain parks. Oh my God. You'd like show up and you'd be like, well, that's what the lip is today. And you're just like, this is it. You know, you might die, you might not. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, man. Oh my God. Things are so good these days. Like, if I had to snowboard in the boots that I started on, I'd ride 1 day a week because I'd have to spend 6 days recovering.
Mhm.
Like, people always wonder why I ride a stiff boot because of those airwalk half pipe freestyles. I blew my ankles out. It's just fucking flopping around, man. Oh my God. So fucking crazy. I don't know. You got any horror stories from when you started?
I mean, just having straight up plastic bindings, like no padding in there, and then just full camber. It's like it would have been nice to have like at least rocker on the nose and tail, but yeah, when I was starting, it was just like full camber boards, and then like more sizes and boards would have been nice instead of just making like the JP Walker and like a 56 and that's it. And it's like, well, like good luck, dude. Or we make it in a like a 53, a 59, and then like a 65, and you're like, well, shit. Like, what do I do here? Like, so pretty much
Yeah, that
that.
was the other thing. Sizes, like,
Yeah.
so I was having a conversation with someone because someone was bitching about wide snowboards really aren't as wide as you think. And I'm sitting here thinking, I'm like, do you know what a wide snowboard used to be when I was a kid? 25.5 waist width.
Yeah.
25.5. Most of us were riding like 24.5 to 24.8. And I was like, these people have no idea. And they're like, I'm booting out on my 28 width board underfoot. And I'm going, you have a size 9 and you're booting out, you're fucking falling over. I was like, you have no idea what boot out is. Try riding a set of size Vans high standards, and there were 13s that your mom bought for you for $99 on a closeout from the house on a 24.4 waist width board. That was me. I had this much toe overhang and like this much heel overhang.
Palmer plates.
I had Palmer plates. I ripped the inserts out of the board.
Yeah, that happened quite often.
People don't understand. You could rip the insert right out. Did
Mm-hmm.
that on a Burton Custom. Ripped out 2 inserts.
Well, it's like you put it on the board, avoided every warranty there was.
Yeah. Yep. No. Yeah. It was. Yeah. Things are so much better these days. Season passes. People bitch about the price of a season pass, but I'm like, how many resorts did you get with that? You only have to go for like 5-10 days for it to break even. I'm like, I mean, the crazy thing for me was the resort I grew up at when I was a kid. I mean, in the 90s, it was $750 for a season pass back then. And it's still the same price for that season pass. You pay $1 per vertical foot. But in 1996, $750
It's a
for
lot.
one resort. And you were beholden to their conditions. So you were lucky if they opened by Thanksgiving. More or less, they would be open about a week before Christmas. And they were pretty much Easter Sunday was the closing, unless Easter fell early and they could push it out. I mean, I think the latest I ever rode there was April 13th. And they really pushed it and they farmed everything and they had set runs. Like, I mean, it's almost May. We're going to be smashing POW.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, things are different. Like, anyone that starts snowboarding now just has it so good. Click the links. Click the links. All right. This one's for you from CJ. Yo, TC, did you know you look like Y2K the rapper, especially in his La 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 video?
I don't even know who that is.
Does he mumble?
I
assume
have
he
no
mumbles.
idea. I don't know. I don't know who Y2K is. I'm terrible with new music. Like, just the worst.
I'm terrible with celebrities. I was watching something and they were talking about people, and I'm like, who the fuck is this person? They look like trash.
You're white than Ben
Literally
Affleck.
don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, we got a super chat from MB. Favorite currently pro snowboarder hashtag TC's ginger twin. Who do you got?
Longo. It's gonna be my
Oh,
favorite.
Longo's solid.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Renee Renekongas.
Yep.
That's always a good one. You know,
I like to watch Kevin Backstrom too. He always puts out good edits and that sort of shit. So
Pat
he's pretty
Fava.
entertaining. Yep.
I like Pat Fava. That's pretty solid. You know, like
Jill Perkins for the
Jill
ladies,
Perkins
I
is
would
always
say.
a good one. Can't
Just
go
because
wrong with that.
she does some gnarly shit on rails. That's like, oh, that was fucking sick. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Zoe, she put out a great movie this year at the end. Like right after Natural Selection, she put out her movie, and that was a good one.
Yeah.
She's got some backcountry tricks.
I like watching Zeb. Just because you never know what he's gonna do.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan.
Not a big fan.
Loose. Too loose.
Too fast and loose, huh?
Just too loose.
I think the reason I'm a fan is he was one of my campers when he was 11. So it's like a little different when you watch him grow up. Justin Phipps, he's on the pro team for K2 now. What?
Okay.
Snowboarded with him since he was like 9. So, you know, to see him he's not little boy Phipps anymore. He's little man Phipps. So stoked to see that. Stoked to see what he's got going on. Yeah. So, but if you guys like pro snowboarders, you should check out the cultural mystery link down in the description afterwards. Something good to watch. So, yeah.
Figure out what that is this week too.
Oh, person above you gets a letter that goes to CJ. So CJ gets an S.
CJ's on board.
Remember, it doesn't start over when one person wins the snowboard. We're going to keep going because we've got a bunch of boards we need to get rid of.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Okay. We got Joe Fossity. Best carving freestyle POW board to replace my pre-transition Karua TF, a redesign, banker, alternator, other suggestions. I mean, so you just want an all-mountain board?
That's what it seems like.
You know, with a fun shape. Okay.
I would say not the banker.
Not the banker. No, banker's more turny.
The banker you're going to keep.
Alternator would be a better choice.
Mm-hmm.
Or the Vulcanator.
The Vulcanator. That's what I'd go with.
Vulcanator. Can't go wrong with the Vulcanator. I mean, you could grab something from Stronda, like the Baru, maybe a nerd superposition. Like that would be a good one for you. Rome Stalefish from this year. That would be a cool one to check out. Let's see. Signal Yup. Check that out as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say honestly, like a Yes standard would be fine, like for you to do everything on. It's wide enough in the nose and tail, and it's got that float pack where you can set it back, get it to be a POW board. Something like that.
Yes, hybrid is another one too.
Not making that next year, but
I know, but
if you're gonna pick it up,
so many crazy deals. Like
you better
every Saturday too on the community tab for this channel. I've been posting sales deals for you guys, so for our affiliates, so it supports us, it supports the shops that we work with, and it saves you guys money. So you should definitely be checking that stuff out.
Yeah, definitely, because everybody's got shit on sale. It's insane.
So much stuff on sale. Holy shit. So much stuff on sale. Yeah. Let's see. What else? I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I feel like maybe if you're the right size, the Amplid Morning Glory might work for you.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, what the hell is that model? Is it the memory stick, maybe? I don't think it's the memory stick. Something like that, though. I don't know.
I would say maybe a Jones Stratos if you want something a little bit more aggressive, or even you think a moderator.
Moderator doesn't come out till next year. People don't know about that.
We get 3 questions a week on it.
It's okay. Just go get an E-Jack knife. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you can do that too.
All right, let's get this man spin. Oh, you got nothing.
Oof.
All right, we got Cesar J. Quintero. Hey, Angry, have you tried the new Something GNU? Which category you think it will fit in? Oh, I've ridden it. Softer than you think. It's kind of like a powder party board type scenario. I mean, it's kind of like Fin Twin or something like that from Nitro. It's just short, wide, surfy, floats well. We've got I don't know if the early review is up on Angry Snowboarder VIP or not, but it might be. I don't know. If you're not a member of Angry Snowboarder VIP, we got early reviews dropping 1 a day right now. Starting next month, it'll be 2 a day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the evening for you. So, all right. Senior Kobe, off-season workout programs you would recommend. I think you should check out Mobility Duo's Shred 3.0 if you're serious. I think that one's really solid. I'm actually contemplating doing the whole thing this summer because I want to see what it would do to my body. So if I do, though, I'm going to document a whole video on what it takes to do a 90-day of that and see how far I can transform my body before the season starts. So I don't know. I'm also at that point in the season where I'm like, fuck the gym. I'm going to sit around and play Helldivers and eat Doritos and chocolate all day.
For 2 weeks and then back. I don't know if your body can sit that long, though.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can
my
see you
body?
being
Oh,
like,
dude.
yeah, I'll do that for 2 weeks.
Like, if I want to be lazy, I'm going to go all in on being lazy.
Okay.
I wanted to see how fat I could get during the pandemic. And then when the gyms reopened, I wanted to see how fast it would take me to lose the weight. So I gained like 20 something pounds from eating nothing but chocolate and Red Baron pizzas and ice cream and eating like shit. And like it got to the point my joints hurt from just laying around because everything was so loose. And then the gyms reopened and I started going like 2 to 3 hours a day. And it only took me about a month to get everything back. And then I packed on 30 pounds because it was just muscle. Like I got so fucking big. My 2XL hoodies were super tight and the shoulder on me. And I was like, oh my God. It's kind of like that season of All Is Sunny where Mac wanted to be fat and then he got ripped again. It was the same concept. Like I that was when I discovered I was like, I can gain muscle super fast.
That's fair.
Yeah. Oh. Woo! Win yourself a letter. I think you're good. Because I don't think you're not on the list yet. We'll put you on the list. You got yourself an S. Woo! All right. Okay. All right, we got another super chat here from Ruff. If the only place I have to store boards is a garage for the summer, what should I do to make sure they don't die and become equal to a never summer? Well, first off, make sure that no crackheads can steal them. You know, because crackheads steal never summers for some reason. I don't know. Then they try to sell them for more than what anyone should ever pay for them in Denver. The big thing, pop your bindings off, wipe down all your binding inserts, wipe down the bindings, make sure there's no moisture or anything. if you got a board bag, put them in the board bag after the wipe down. Make sure the board bag's dry, everything. Put the bindings just sitting on top of it and just throw it under a bench, throw it up in the rafter, throw it under your bed, whatever, you'll be fine.
Yep. If you don't, and you don't want to go buy one, saran wrap them. Like, make sure do all the steps he said, and then just saran wrap the whole board, and that'll keep it all dry and not rusty, and keep the moisture away from the edges out there, especially when it fluctuates temperatures in your garage and shit.
Yeah, I mean, if you got like old silica packs or anything, throw them in the board bag too. That's good. You could just fill a tube sock with rice if you absolutely have to. So,
yeah, if you're that concerned about it, but
yeah.
I mean, if you have like a climate controlled garage and you use that in the summer, like, you'll be fine then. Like, it'll just get dusty.
Thing would be tighten your boots up, tie them up like, and lace them, do whatever, so they hold their shape. And then put something in there so that, like, because if you're leaving it in the garage, you don't want a squirrel climbing in there and trying to make a nest or anything.
That's true.
Yeah. They like to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Hamsters might crawl up your butt. Squirrels will crawl in your snowboard boots. Oh. Hot soup coming through. All right. Got this one from Fizzled. Is there a difference between Jones and Now bindings? They seem the same. And which one would pair up with my Telos DST and Legend? So chassis-wise, they're the exact same. The difference is in the high backs and the straps. That's it, depending on models. For a DST and a Legend, you probably just want like a Jones Mercury or a Now Select Pro.
That's what I was thinking. You could possibly go a drive for the Legend if you're going to daily drive that, but even then, like, the nose and tail on that are a little bit softer. So if you just wanted a third option, that's what I would say. But stick with the Mercury. That Orion's going to be too soft. That Apollo is going to be way too fucking stiff.
Yep. All right. Francois Sigwin, officially out of usable walls to hang snowboards. I need to move to a larger place. Have you started hanging them from the ceiling? Look at how much space you actually have up there. And if you build one of those drop racks, you could totally interchange them, and then when you bring a lady over, you can be like, look at my art. I collect this. And she's going to be sitting there going, this guy's fucked in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're kind of a loser.
Fucking nerd. Who the hell collects snowboards? As she's sitting there talking about her porcelain cat collection. All right. MJV14. Have you ridden the 2025 Union Falcor? If so, what were your initial impressions? I have ridden it. I used to hate the Falcor. I don't hate this one. Also, those straps literally feel like there is nothing like holding you down. Like you're locked in, but that's it. You don't feel them. It's very unique. I really dug them. We'll have a full review coming, though.
They look what? They look like a spaceship. Like, it's just a weird binding. Yeah. Looks cool, but it's weird.
Spaceship.
Mm-hmm.
It fights democracy in space. All right, we got BZM. Saw an old video of yours last night discussing the snowboard vloggers. It's interesting to see how open you used to be to it and how bad they messed it up. Hashtag democracy. Hashtag L-Stackers Adventures. They had the opportunity. People wanted me to shit on them from the get-go, and I was like, no. They're doing their thing. It's fine, whatever. I was like, I'll call them out when they do something stupid. And literally within 2 months of me saying that, they all did something stupid. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, fuck. And the funny thing is they all want validation from me. They're like, no, you need to I was like, I don't need to understand shit. You fucking suck. Your content sucks. You ride like shit. Eat a dick.
Yeah.
I'm always open to give someone a chance. It's then when they open their mouth and do something stupid, I'm like, I can't believe they just said that. Ugh. Oh, this isn't blank. He double bounced.
Oh, no.
Okay, let's see. Super chat from MB. Weekly reminder, buy Spring Break Resort Twin. That man loves his Spring Break Resort Twin. That's a good board. That board fucks. I like that board. No. Oh, that almost bounced in to win a letter. All right. Okay, we got JNax17. I ended up with the Endeavor archetype from that awesome $155 sale. Yeah, 60% off. Plus, I think if you use code Angry Snowboarder, you got an additional 10%. It's crazy. Thanks for posting all these spring sales. Any binding recs for more free ride and tree focus on POW days? So for that board, personally, like the one that I would go with, especially because you're just looking for more free ride and POW, I would do the Battalion Astro full wrap on that. And I know TC is going to tell you to go buy some Jones Mercuries. You are, aren't you?
Yeah, I would.
All right. And then we got our man Cam, this guy's a vibe. Some people like just show up and they're a vibe. Cam is a vibe, medium of media. What's up, guys? Holy shit, if you guys are serious about renting a resort, that would be absolutely incredible. I can't even imagine all of us shredding the mountain with no worries. So there is potential to rent a resort. I'm looking at it. I've talked with Tommy Bennett about it so we could partner for broader appeal and how many people we would open it up to. We're looking into the logistics of it. So, because there's going to be transport logistics, whether it's driving in from one city or another, whether we'd have to rent a bus. We're looking at lodging, trying to make it like an all-inclusive thing, or what we'd have to do to get there and how much we could charge it. The crazy thing is, like, people are like, renting a resort is really expensive. I did the math on it, and at the price that they were listing, I think we could do a day for it would basically break down to about $100 a person, and we would probably cap it at 100 to 150 people. So it's very doable. It's the other logistics between food, beverage, lodging, and trying to do it 2 days back to back so it'd be worth it. So instead of just one day, I want to do 2 days. So like we'd show up on a Friday, we'd get like Saturday, Sunday or something like that. Or if it was like a holiday weekend, we'd show up on Monday on the holiday and then get the Tuesday and Wednesday right after with no one around. So like I said earlier, the idea of this is we wouldn't do this upcoming season. It would be the season after. But if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. That's the whole thing. And if we can do it right, the other thing would be I'd like to be able, and Tommy and I talked about this, we'd like to be able to give away a couple packages, like for people to come so we could do prize giveaways, stuff like that, and whatnot. But I think the potential, it's there to do something like this. And it was a lot more affordable than I thought it would be. So, yeah. All right. Okay. And we got another super chat from our boy Letters. Need TC to wield the band stick on all the cops in Discord. # letters for letters. You ever going to come back to Discord?
I'll be there. I know I actually have to get back and talk to Ruff. Because I know he's like, dude, I messaged you about golfing. I was like, yeah, I haven't fucking looked at any of the private messages on there in forever. So I'm like, okay, I should probably do that.
You haven't signed in months.
It was once my computer crashed one day. I was like, oh. And then got everything. I was like, I'm missing something here. I'm like, oh yeah, the Discord.
Oh, you got nothing.
Close.
All right. We got Stu Hain, who's like, give me letter N. This man's just trying to win a snowboard. He's just trying to win a snowboard. That's it. Oh, you got that. You got the end, dude. This guy is willing it into existence. I like that. You got SN, bud. You got SN. All right. Next question comes from Uncivil Engineer. Remember, your snowboard gear addiction is only a problem after you wind up in bankruptcy court, not before. #consume, #spend more, save more. I mean, there's a lot of crazy deals out there right now.
You don't have to really spend more.
Oh, you won a letter. So that's good. And I think you were on there. Yeah, you got SN now too. See, people, we're getting closer to giving away a snowboard to someone.
Almost halfway.
It's happening. It's happening. All right. We got S. Scott 1986. Can I get back on the board today? We'll see if you're being good or not. My guess is you win a letter, then you go bankrupt next time you spin. Oh, bummer. This isn't blank. All right. We got rough. The late season no energy drag is hitting hard. Yeah. The pollen's in the air. I want to die. I just want to take naps and play Helldivers. I don't want to work. I've been filming so many fucking videos. Oh, toe side, never. All right, we got this one from Savage Oz. Hello, are you guys going to review Cardiff? No.
No.
All right. Super chat from BZMs. Hashtag Pacific Northwest POW superiority. Hashtag spin for snowboard. At one point, this man was winning. Oh, you got nothing. All right. And we got Cole Pappas. Shred some slush today. Do you guys ever change wax on your board for different conditions? Yeah, every
doesn't
day.
wax.
Okay.
Everyone doesn't wax.
This is a lib tack. I don't know what the fuck they wax that with.
One ball J.
Probably. This is a ride. I don't know what the fuck they waxed that with. Let's see. Ugh. This is an Endeavor. I don't know what the fuck they waxed that with. In case you haven't realized, we get what we get.
Yeah, we're not waxing the stuff that they give us. If they give it to us wax, that's awesome. If they don't, then that's just, it is what it is. What I will do, though, is I'll actually take all-purpose. I'll grab some, actually, because I have it right here. I'll take all-purpose wax. I actually have this Jones shit, which works really well. It's plant-based wax. But rub that on, and then you take your brush, and after you rub it in, just like take the brush and rub it back and forth. It'll heat it up and kind of set in the pores a little bit. Flip over like if you have a piece of cork, rub the cork and then go back to the brush, and that'll give you like literally 5-run wax job pretty much. Like it'll get you done for the day or so, but like it's not, you're gonna have to do it every day. But it's a quick way of doing it if you're like, shit, I'm slow today. Like just do that. But otherwise, like I don't change. If I had all the waxes at my disposal and I had the time and I really got to do it on my own boards, yes, I'm changing my waxes always. But we don't ride our shit enough to be able to be like, well, I'm going to change it today and this and all that. And it's like, I definitely recommend it if you're on your own gear, but like, yeah, we don't.
Yeah, no. All right. We got another super chat here from Ruff. Are lessons at the barn at Copper worth it for learning to hit jumps freestyle? Depends on who's giving you the lesson. And at this time of the year, probably not. They're burned out.
Yeah.
Better bet. tbprocamp.com or tbcamps.com. Tommy Bennett's camp. Go to Tommy Bennett's camp. He's still got a few spaces left. That's what I would do. I know he's in the chat, so we're going to hype that up for him. But you'll actually learn how to hit stuff properly. And I know that there's a few regulars in here that have been to the camp. So do it. As someone that went to Windell's and worked for Woodward, you get what you get usually, and you really have to put in more work to get what you really want out of like the other camps, where at least with Tommy's you're getting more hands-on and stuff like that. So definitely that's the route I would go at if you are serious about hitting some park and stuff. So yeah. And our moderator Josh just put in Tommy's camps link in the chat, so be sure to click it, check it out, do your thing.
Well, also I'll wait until that's done.
Lose a turn. Ouch.
Oh, also, like foam pits and stuff are not the greatest way to learn jumps and all of that. It's not going to be the same. So if you have the ability to get on snow in the summer and like have like Tommy teach you how, that's probably what I would say, because it doesn't directly translate over. And I've heard a lot of people getting hurt in that foam pit, like a lot. So be careful.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Okay, we'll take this one from Charles. Took Wesley on his first real backcountry lap. Didn't kill him, but he did get the steepest learning curve ever. Wesley and Charles are two of our regulars that showed up to Thirsty Thursday. Wesley literally looks like, I think it's Blake, the dude with the big afro from Workaholics.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's what he looks like. So you got to picture this ball of fur hair in the backcountry with an obsessive compulsive Taiwanese man yelling at him. I feel like that's just the best way to learn how to ride the backcountry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Ollie some slow signs. All right. We'll take this one from Jack Offbeat. Best place for snowboarding sucks sticker. Hashtag thank you. Well, you should put it on your 2-wheel drive Toyota Sequoia. Let people know that you're going to die on the way to Big Bear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I roll a snowboarding sucks sticker on my snowboard.
Yeah.
Ollie some slow signs. All right. And we got Ali Zacharon. If you had to pick one board from these brands, which would you pick? Karua, Nitro, Nidecker, Ride, Battalion, Amplet, Dinosaurs Will Die, Capita, Canoe. Trying to have one board per brand between my fiance and I. So wait, like
we got to pick one from each of those. So like Karua.
Okay, so pretty simple for this. So I got this. I'll go right down this. Karua pencil, Nitro, 203 quiver cannon, BBC. Got to wait for next year. Allie, you need the BBC, the big black cannon. They make it in a 73. I will not accept you riding anything less than the 203. Nidecker, personally, I would probably go with like the Mosquito from them, get you that short wide, or maybe like a Gamma or something like that. For Ride, oh, let's see. I mean, Shadow Band's always a good one on that, but I think Moderator. Battalion, wait till next year and pick up the Chameleon. Amplid, you want the Holy Grail. That's the most balanced. Dinosaurs Will Die. Get the Holtz or the Power Reaper. Probably the Holtz on that. Capita, got to go with my boy, the Mercury on that. And GNU, I would go with the Gremlin. What do you got for each one?
Karua, I'm probably going Transition Finder. Nitro, I'm going the Beast. That board is so much fun. But yeah, that one takes a lot. Nidecker, I'm probably going either the Alpha APX or the Gamma APX. Gamma was super fun in the park. That was a good board. Ride, just for that sake, we're gonna go Gamma APX. For Ride, I'm gonna go Deepfake. Battalion, I'm going the Beyond Metals board. Amplid, I'm trying to think what I've ridden by Amplid.
You haven't.
All right. Amplid's off the list. Sorry. Morning Glory. We'll just say that. Dinosaurs Will Die. I'm going to go with the Wizard Stick. Capita, Aeronaut, GNU, Bank Country.
There you go.
Yep. All very similar boards, I would say. Like in the sense, directional aggressive or stiffer park. But yeah. That'd be a hell of a quiver.
Yeah. All right. We got a super chat from Rich Foster. Can you show the new Shadow Band graphics? Yes, I'll show you the new Shadow Band graphics. Stickers are in
They're my favorite.
Mail. I am moving like a goddamn geriatric old man. My knees are locked up. They're so swollen.
I like it. I like it a lot. That board's dope. And if you were to scratch the top sheet with another board, I believe it'll show that coloring underneath.
That's
like the
chill.
Pig series did. But yeah, that board looks sick. Especially the base. I love the base on it.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you let Banks just do all the graphics by himself.
Oh, ouch, Rich. He went bankrupt.
Did Rich have anything?
He did.
Oh, buddy.
But his stickers are finally in the mail 6 weeks late. Well,
yeah.
I
could put Rich. I'll put yours in the mail tomorrow. Actually, I was gonna wait until I had all the envelope or all the sticker or all the postage done, but I'll just put yours in tomorrow because you went bankrupt. Sorry, bud.
All right, we got Tomato Joe. Help cure influenza. Stop the kooks. Yes, the influenza from the influencers.
Oh, speaking of, yesterday before we were going into the Rad Dad Bank Slalom course.
Yeah,
all 20 of us. This girl was just like with her Insta 360, just like kind of falling leaf down, and everybody starts blowing past her, and she quickly realized. I watched her do this and just shut the camera and just pull off to the side and just look back, and it was just a mob of people, and it like I was one of the last people like filming, and I was like, thank you, and she like waved a little bit. It's like, see, that's what you got to do. You see this shit going down, get the hell out of the way.
Is probably the girl that I threatened to kill a couple weeks ago or like a week ago because she was staring at it, not in like shitted turns. They're not skidded, they're shitted. They're shit skidded turns. They're shitted. And she was doing that and she was staring at it. She almost smoked a family of 5.
Oh.
And then like promptly turned into me and I just smacked the stick and I was like, pay fucking attention. And but if you want a funny influencer story, I was talking to our boy Ali, one of the lead supervisor guys on Woodward Express. He was telling me the other day that chairlift came to an abrupt stop, and he's like, "What the fuck? Why is this stop?" Dude's clue bindings ejected, and they were just like stuck in the takeoff ramp because the guy fell and it like flew off. And he's like, so I picked it up and I was like, this is what caused the chairlift to stop. And people were like, boo, boo. And I was like, yes, let them know that shit is not and is not appropriate. So, you know, fuck influencers.
Yep. I thought you were gonna say all the lifties were talking shit to Buckhouse.
Yeah, no, that's a given. They fucking hate him. Like they fuck like copper employees fucking hate that guy. Yeah. This isn't blank. All right, we got. Let's see. We got super chat here from Jason Evangelista. Hey, Averin, TC. Bum the season is over. Spin to get on the board. Hashtag clues suck. Hashtag spray skiers. Do you want to win a set of clues? Because I'm not giving these fucking things away. Those things are
I thought about it. Like, should we just part those out? Like, just start sending people random parts of clue bindings?
No. Those are going in the vault of bad ideas for bindings. So that way, when someone tries to tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about again, I can just start pulling out bad idea after bad idea and make a video on it. Oh. Ollie, some slow signs. All right. And we got another one from letters. Feel like I need a K2 in my life. What's the weirdest thing they have? Party platter, RIP, rest in peace, hashtag letters for letters. Niseko Simple Pleasures.
Mm-hmm.
That's the board you want. You want to get fucking weird. That's the one you want. It's pointy. It's got a chopped tail. It carves really well. It's torsionally soft, so you can like really ankle steer it.
Ben the rep was
the weirdest
ripping
thing from K2.
He was ripping that thing in the park too yesterday.
Yes, he was.
Which I'm trying to drop a clip for all you guys of like everybody we were riding with yesterday, but it is hard to cut that thing down to a minute. When I started, it was at like 7 minutes, and I'm just trying to cut it down. And I'm like, it's all good clips, but yeah.
Whatever.
So
the clip of the day is Jay riding into the river.
Yes. That's it too.
So everyone always has like that one guy in their group that is, they're not the best snowboarder. They're kind of gregarious. They're kind of funny. That is Jay to a T. That man goes out of his way to always make me fucking laugh. And at the end of the day, he's like, you tell the story. You were there.
So I'm meeting up with Eli because I had to give him boards and shit or something like that yesterday. And then I walk back into the show or the Solomon showroom, and there's Jay sitting there, and he goes, "Hey, dude, you're gonna have to get that camera out one more time today. I got to make 2 turns." And I was like staring at him, like, "What? What is he planning?" He goes, "I got to make 2 turns and then go into the river." And I was like, "Oh hell yeah, okay, let's go." And as he's like walking up to go and do it, I'm like, "So who talked him into this?" And everybody stopped and looked. He goes, "No, this was his idea. We walked past it and goes, I want to do that." And then like he's like, "We'll wait for TC." And then like the second I walked in, he goes, "We're gonna go do this." And I'm like, "Sure, yeah." He gets in the water. He goes, "That was so comfortable, actually." Like I was like, "Are you cold? You need help getting out?" He's like, "No, this is amazing." It was like 60 degrees yesterday. He was just loving life in there, like
68
floating.
degrees at 1:00 when I pulled out of Flyer Lot. But
that makes sense.
No, the best part is he did it over on the backside of like where the cage used to be, over by Mulligan's. Then there's just that deep spot. He just cannonballed into it because that was the spot where we dropped the summer when we stole the bumper boat and threw it in the river. We stole a bumper boat when we worked for Woodward and put it in the river one time. They were not fucking stoked because we had to go put it back and then deny that we did anything.
Yeah.
But yeah. Jay took it. He didn't pond skim. He just cannonball. Just
he landed bolts. It was amazing. Like the slap on that board.
He dance hauled his ass right into that.
Yeah, the slap on that board when he landed was like, oh my god, and then just sunk.
Oh, and for frame of reference, Jay is not a little dude.
He's like 6'3".
Jay's like 6'3" and probably 250.
He's a big dude.
He's a big fucking dude. Like he rides the 57 dance hall.
Yeah.
And it's small for him.
Yeah, Jay's fun. He's a straight vibes guy. He'll have you just dying.
He's the guy you want to have when you're having a demo because the shit that's going to come out of his mouth is fucking priceless, and he gets the job done. Like we were at the one Loveland demo, and he just like comes up and he's like, "Where's the shooter bag?" And I was like, "You know," and he's like, "Okay," and I was like, "You never have to ask." I shouldn't have said that. That dude he pulled his hands out. There's like 2 shooters between each finger. So he's like, "We're getting fucked, boys." And I'm like, Jesus Christ, Jay. And then I look at my phone and I'm like, it's 7:45 in the morning, dude.
Hey, he's been there since 5 a.m. because Solomon's the first
5. I'm pretty sure that dude was out there at midnight just dancing around in the parking lot because it's a vibe.
I can see that. He's rad. Every time I see him, like, hell yeah, we're gonna have a fun day today. He's the greatest guy to ride on the chairlift with.
Yeah.
He's
a vibe. He's a vibe. Oh, person above you gets a letter. That goes to Jason Evangelista. So I like this. You know, we're a community. This is how we do things, right? You give letters to other people. We're getting there, though. All right. Well, let's go down. We'll take this question from Big Dog. LibTech now makes a skunk ape camber that's 170 ultra wide. It's looking real tempting. I rode the 160 wide today. That board is actually super fun. Like, I don't like the regular skunk ape. I think it's kind of a turd. That board, like TC watched me just butter the shit out of that thing. It's got a weird flex point though. It feels like they designed the core profiling for it to be cam rocker and then said, fuck it, we're making it camber. So literally right outside the inserts, it just has this huge flex point that locks in. So you can be like, the tail will be like flat like this, and then it'll be bent like this right at the bindings and it'll press in. That board was super buttery. I mean, for a 161, Like hitting jibs with it did not feel like I was hitting it with a 161. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a factual statement from Scott here. Scott 1986. Burton sucks.
I'll get you. I could get you a letter with that.
Oh man. Person above you gets a letter, which is funny because he's talking about how he only wants to ride boards with the channel. I want an ES board, but can't imagine not riding the channel in EST though. Simple. Get an Endeavor or a Signal.
There you go.
I mean, I rode that new Yuki Pro from Signal yesterday. That has some of the best dampening I've ever felt underfoot. Like, insane. All right. Okay. We got Ryan Weddle. Saw a dude with a binding that only had the buckle on one side, but attached at two sides on the other end. Looked pretty wacky. I'm pretty sure that's the dude that owns Soul Stick snowboards. He was trying to make some weird binding like that. I don't know. That guy makes some really shitty shapes. And
I was wondering if it was just an old contraband.
could have been. That depends. Did it have like a toe thong?
Yeah.
Because if it had a thong on the toe, that was the contraband.
Also, were you in like Salt Lake area? Were you at a Salty Peaks? Because they still got those. Like
for full price.
I think it might be above full price because they don't make them anymore, and that's how supply and demand
I
works.
still have no idea how Salty Peaks stays in business at this point because Dennis Nazari just keeps getting crazier and crazier. And like, one of my favorite things to do when I go to Salty Peaks, because there's like 1,000 cameras in there, it is one, you ask the staff, be like, is Dennis here? And they're like, no, which means he's at home watching everything.
Yeah.
So what I do is I go around and I act like I'm stealing shit, and I'll be like, I will be like spy walking, like literally. This is
it's like Pink Panther
this is
style.
me going through Salty Peaks like this, and then I'll pick something up and I'll like look at the camera and I'll be like, and I walk off and I just like hide shit. I will go into the fitting room with like 6 pairs of jackets and pants, and then like walk out with only 5. Because I will tuck shit in there and then put it back on the rack just to fuck with his paranoid ass so much. Like, I go out of my way to fuck with them when I'm in Salt Lake. Then I go next door to Milo and I'll actually give him money because Milo sports the shit. Yeah. Dennis Nazari is he's something else, man. Dude's just, he's spun. All right. We got Rich Foster, spin for a letter. Well, you went bankrupt earlier.
He's trying to get back on the board.
Get you back on the board. You got Gunked Gungus. All right. Okay, we got Luke Shrznowski. Generally speaking, how repairable is a blown die cut that is delamped? Hashtag candle rain bad on groomers. Hashtag spin for slip. Have you been to the Arbor website and seen the review of the candle rain? There's literally a guy that's like, this is the worst carving board, blah, blah, blah. You have to ride it in choppy, lumpy terrain to get it to. And I was like, this guy can't fucking snowboard to save his life. But yeah, so if your die cut is blown, the board's dead. Does not matter how much work you put back into it. It will never be the same. It will always be a weak spot. This is why I like sublimated bases.
Yeah. The only way you can fix it, it's going to be slow as shit. But if it's the corner of it, you can cut out where that is, and then you fill it with epoxy, or not epoxy. You fill it with urethane. If you fill it with actual base material, it'll pop right out. No problem. Like first try, it'll pop right out like first turn. So you urethane it, then you do a full base grind and everything, and now you have a giant slow spot, like however big that is, on your board. So it's not going to ride the same, but that's one way to seal it from not getting anything in the core, but you're just going to wax over it anyway. So it's like, that's the way I've fixed it. When someone's like, I got to keep my board. And you're like, okay, it's going to look really ugly, but we can do it. And it's like, it's time for a new board pretty much. Because the repair is going to cost you $200. or a new
Yeah,
board. Yeah,
and it's probably not
bad.
going to last. My favorite way of repairing a die cut one time, because this kid pissed me off. This is when I lived in Steamboat. This kid pissed me off, and I told him, I kept arguing with him. I was like, you can't fucking fix it. It's done. And he's like, no, I know you can fix it. I know. And he was just being such a little shit. And I go, you okay if I fix it how I want to fix it? And he goes, yeah. And I was like, you have no problem with it. He goes, no. I went down in the tune shop at the Clock Tower store, bent because it was like folded back, hit it with the heat gun and basically melted it, put it in there, took wood screws and screwed them straight through the base so they came through the top, clipped them and handed it to him and said, here, go fucking ride. I've never seen a look of defeat on someone's face as bad as that. And it was so funny because everyone was like, did you literally just screw right through the board? And I was like, it's already fucking toast.
Yeah.
What's the point? Now he's going to, I guarantee you that's going to hold the rest of this. And it did. Then he blew the edge out. It was like some Mervin or something. I can't remember. I think it was a Mervin or something. It had tucked edges. And he's like, I blew the edge. So you know what I did? I drilled a screw right through the edge, right at the tucked point, and put it back through and was like, there you go. And I didn't use like little wood screws. I used like the 6-inch ones and then clipped them. I might have even left some of it and be like, and now you have a stomp pad.
There you go.
Like, I did not give a fuck. It's like, don't fuck with me. When I don't give a shit, I will do it. This is why I'm convinced I would be the worst dad ever. My shit broke. Here you go. It does. His arm doesn't work anymore. Use your imagination.
Yeah.
Oh, toe side, never. All right. We got Trig on Malort meetup, hashtag Soldier Mountain 2026, hashtag Bungus Basin. We might come out to Bungus Basin next year. TC and I want to get out of town for a little while.
Yeah.
Take some boards with us and hit the road. Go ride some new terrain. Idaho is not a hard drive because we could go from here to Utah up, and then from Idaho to Wyoming back down, and just do a giant loop. Plus, I just bought a new suspension for the Volvo, $2,200 later. Jesus Christ. That's okay. It's going to drive better. I just got to keep telling myself that. Oh. Well, you won yourself a letter. So there we go. All right.
What is he up to? 3 now? 2?
Nope, 2. He's got SN.
Nice.
All right. Because remember last live stream, he totally screwed himself out of
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. We got this one from Ronan. Whatever happened to the Unstrapped podcast? So Andrew Brewer moved to the Midwest. I think Jim is still living in Reno. Andrew's got a new thing called the Drop Snowboarding with Jonas Michelet, one of the Michelet brothers. And so they're doing that. Maybe it's Jordan Michelet. Anyways, he's got that going on. So
is that the guy that just had Ryan Paul on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So we got Adal. Between Copper, Steamboat, and Snowmass, which resort would you recommend with a nice terrain park for me and nice blue runs for my 9-year-old son? Snowmass.
Yeah.
Groomers to heaven.
Yeah. Aspen has the best groomers in the country.
Best groomers in the country.
If not the world, I don't know, but I could say confidently in the country for sure.
I'll tell you what groomers were not good. Coppers today. Whoa. They were definitely drunk with their grooming. You can see where they dropped the tiller. The fucking one cat is dead under the chairlift, leaking hydraulic fluid everywhere. Toe side, never.
Yeah, that was bad. The winch cat too.
The winch cat's just fucking dead with a shovel next to it. I was like, what are they gonna dig a fucking pit and put it in? All right, we got S. Scott 1986, Copper Mountain best resort. Debatable.
It's good. It's fun. But yeah.
It's going to bounce. Lose a turn. Ouch. All right. Well, look at this. Patrick Zaransky. Copper Mountain Best Resort. No, Ski Cooper Best Resort. You work there.
Yeah.
I go to Ski Cooper to see Pat. He's the IT specialist. Ooh. Person above you gets a letter. So that goes to RJ400. Bought a ride algorithm. Was able to ride it a couple days before the season ended. Fucking love it. That board's solid. I like that board. Do you like that board, TC?
I do.
That's what I thought.
It's been a while since I've ridden it, but I like it. I really like the cotton candy pink on it this year. That was awesome. Better than the butter color that they put on it last year. That like butter off-white. I was like, okay.
Anytime Ride uses an off-white color on their boards, they always seem to get super sun faded.
I think it just looks like a sun faded board. Yeah. Like right out the wrapper. Like I'm like, it looks sun faded already.
All right. We got a super chat from MB. Just one for a spin. At one point, this man was winning. He was going to win a snowboard. Oh, this isn't blank. All right. Then we got Jackoff Beat. Which ASIM wrap binding should I pair on the Capita simulator? The Discord ASIM boys are starting to get me ASIM curious. Hashtag Eagle Airstrike best girl. Hashtag need stims. Oh, man. Do I need to go in there? Do you guys need me to hell dive with you? I'll join you. I'll come in. No man left behind. So for this simulator, I would probably just do the Astro ASIM or go with a Katana.
Yeah.
That would be what I would do. Ooh, Ollie some slow signs. All right. All right, we got a PSA from Tibby TT. Amplid, we're selling B grades on their website from as little as 180 euros. I think that's euros. I don't know. I almost called them pounds. I don't know what currency they use in Europe. But yeah, no, the B grades are too. Sometimes that's the best deal you can find too. Like they're not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. And we got our boy Jerry over in Japan. Finally caught the stream again. Welcome back, sir. Ooh. Next question gets a spin. So that goes to Crash Test Dummy. Next board for the Quiver, currently on a K2 Passport and Rome Agent, both 159 wide, size 11, 2203. Wow, you're really in the future. I want boards from 2203. Do they have magnets that you like just hit the button and you're there? Like, how does that work? Have they invented teleporters to get us to the top? Because I'm sick of sitting on a chairlift. I realized that I've probably lost a third of my life to just fucking sitting on a chairlift.
I can see that.
Yeah. 4,000 days. How much time of that was on a chairlift, you know? TC, you froze.
No.
Oh, there you are.
You
got a really good face. You were just like, it's good.
That's a yawn.
Well, let's see. You got a passport. You got an agent. It's time to get a straight POW board. That would be my take on that. Something. You should probably go check out our top 5 powder boards.
I was thinking either that or like a party board. Like a service dog or something like that.
Service dog would be cool. Tell us / maybe. Let's see. Trying to think what else out there. Stranded Baru, something like that.
Yeah.
Let's give this man a spin. Click the links. All right. Let's see. Okay, we got Jeff Wyan. Hey guys, looking to replace my 2022 Capitakazu. Was thinking the K2 antidote, ride algorithm, or deepfake. Thanks, Angry Fam. Coming from a Kazu, deepfake would probably be the closest to those three, but the flex of the antidote would probably be the closest to that Kazu.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, it's either between the deepfake or the antidote, I feel like.
Yeah. If you like the flex of your Kazu, the antidote will probably have that. But if you want something that's going to be a little more nimble and better in POW, then I would go with the deep fake.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. We got a super chat from Beziums. Make the rule if you can't play Helldivers until after your workout, hashtag don't be lazy, hashtag eat your eggs, hashtag season is coming. It is Komong fast. It's not coming. It's Komong.
Come on.
Because he typed too fast. No way, man. Do whatever the fuck you want. Who the hell am I to tell you what to do with your life? Just don't be a kook. If you want to sit around, get fat, and be lazy, play video games, hell yeah, more power to you. That way you'll probably blow your knee out early in the season, and then there's less people in the lift lines for us to deal with. Right?
That's true. I think he was talking to you, though, from when you talked about that you were going to just get fat and not work out for a little bit.
Don't worry about what I'm going to do when I need to get 30 days before the season starts. I will go to the gym 3 hours a day and shred everything and come back fine. Don't worry about me. I'm like Christian Bale going from playing Batman to playing Cheney to going back to playing Batman. Don't worry about it. As long as I don't ever look like him in The Mechanic, because I did that once and it was awful. Don't ever get... I seriously went from 200 pounds to 145 in 9 days.
Was he super... I thought he was normal in The Mechanic, but he was super skinny in The Fighter with Mark Wahlberg.
No. So The Mechanic is like, if you watch it, it's his descent into madness as he's doing meth, and he basically in the guilt of not sleeping because he murdered someone. Spoiler alert. And so he eats. It's an old movie. If you haven't fucking seen it, who cares?
Yeah, it's very old.
Yeah. By the way, Dalton rips out a guy's throat in Roadhouse too. So there you go. Wow. Fucking 1989. Don't watch that new bullshit with Jake Gyllenhaal. It's bad.
I haven't seen it.
You're not missing anything. My brother watched it and he's like, this is the most god-awful thing I've watched. He's like, I'm going to go watch the original. He's like, I need an action movie to cleanse my palate, something I've never seen. So I made him go watch a John Woo movie from Hong Kong cinema. I think I made him watch Hard Boiled. He's like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. I was like, yeah, don't you like that shotgun scene at the end? But yeah. Yeah, so... I'll go to the gym. I go to the gym in the morning. I hell dive at night anyways. Ollie, some slow signs. All right. Okay, we got S2000's guy, 36 years old, boarding for 6 years, always ride regular, want to expand riding into side hits and stuff. Is learning switch a must? Thanks, Patna. Patna! You're from New York City. Why you fucking got a Boston accent? Hey, guy, Patna. Yes, scare yourself once a day on a snowboard. Go out of your comfort zone, scare yourself. It'll be so much better for you in that capacity. That's what you really, really, really want to do. So learning switch is good, especially at speed. Yeah. Nothing. You got nothing. All right. We got a super chat from S. Scott 1986. How many goggles is too many goggles? I think I have 12 pairs in my backpack. That's just my backpack. I cover all conditions. I don't know.
I use one pair for everything. I use one for everything. Unless it's like the craziest flat light day, I'm not changing that lens. Like yesterday, I had my mirrored lens on, and people were like, "How are you seeing right now?" I know that's not that dark, but I'm like, I just live with it. Just one fits all for me. Doesn't matter. Like last week, didn't change my lens. Said screw it. I'm gonna ride this. Don't care. I don't know. You get one pair of eyes your whole life, so you might as well protect them any way you can.
Oh, you're cucked. Next person gets a letter. That goes to
Damn.
Crash Test Dummy. Who we've already answered their question. So
Yeah.
scroll back. You got the S, and we'll give you a bonus spin.
Damn, Scott, you're getting screwed. You're giving everybody entries.
Oh, this isn't blank. All right. We got Jack Off B. Where can I buy snowboard sleeves? Hashtag no gains, no dive. I've been finding them on Amazon actually, like decent shaped ones and stuff. I mean, you just need like a neoprene one. You don't need to go out. I think Jones might still sell some. I don't know.
They stopped selling those years ago because
Yeah,
of
so then
neoprene's made out of Battalion. I think does though still.
do they sell them to the public? I don't think they do.
I thought they did. I thought you could go on their website and buy it, but I don't know for sure.
Also,
I know
your
we
internet
definitely
connection
know.
is ass right now.
It could be. Yeah.
You got to stop sticking your dick in the Wi-Fi port.
I don't have a Wi-Fi port.
I don't know whatever port you're sticking it in.
I don't have a Wi-Fi port. That's all my landlords.
Well, you need to tell
That's
him
all
to
their
stop
shit.
streaming when we're streaming. I know he's up there running his Twitch account. Ugh. Okay. All right. We got Mars Megamerc, good enough for Pacific Northwest All Mountain Power Ripping. I mean, it wouldn't be my first choice for power ripping. You probably want something a little beefier, in my opinion, like an aeronaut or a Kazoo for up there for that pow, that heavy pow, but it'll get the job done.
Yeah. Size up a little bit.
You got nothing. All right. Letters. Ride zero goes boing, 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 boing. Hashtag letters for letters. Next question gets a spin. All right. Okay, we'll take this one from E-Man Deluxe. Looking to pick up a ride piece seeker, stoked on it. I haven't ridden it, but seems to be my jam. 5'7", 150 pounds. I'm leaning more towards the 51, but the 47 has me intrigued. You want the 47.
Mm-hmm.
You want the 47.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, get the 47. Bankrupt. Well, you got nothing. All right, Michael Stacy, rent the resort. I'll get the Taco Bell. Is there any resort we could rent that has a Taco Bell at it?
Is there any resort that just has Taco Bell at the resort?
I mean, the resort I grew up used to have a Burger King across the street.
Yeah.
Watching kids run the gauntlet in snowboard gear, not getting run over by a semi, fucking priceless. Oh, click the links. All right. We got insulin 801. I don't know Gorb, but I think he's the reason I'm diabetic. God damn it, Gorb. Gorb is the cause of everything. He does it all. Next question gets a spin. All right, we'll take this one from Joe Fossity. Will next year's Solomon Dance Hall Pro have carbon beams in it? Completely overpowered my katanas and took the party out of the board with my cleavers. Similar experience. Haven't ridden the Dance Hall Pro and probably not going to get on it till next year just because the way shit lined up this year. So don't know what to tell you. But you get a spin.
I think it's the same as this year, though.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, they're not changing anything in there. If anything, you should probably just get Katana Pros and throw it on there.
Yeah.
Because then you get that carbon in the base of the Katana Pro, but you get that ASIM, so it'll still be there. So you won't have to deal with the full wrap like you would on the cleaver. Oh, well, you won a letter, so that's good. I don't think you're on here, so we'll add you to the list. We're up to 3 pages now that I have to go through. This is what we do. A lot of people with S&O and N's. No S and N and O's. Okay. We got Ted G. K2 passport and Katana's a good setup. Hell yeah. Will they be marked down more than 30% or just by now? I mean, they might. I don't know. You're playing the game here, dude. If you see the size you want and the binding size you want, and you know you can get it now, it's better to buy it now than it is to down the road, even if you save 10%. Hashtag hide quiver from girlfriend. Hashtag hide girlfriend from quiver.
I would say check Christie's website. They might have a passport for much cheaper than 30% off. I know they were selling some boards for up to 60% off. So
true.
I would check that out. But yeah, like you said, I mean, it will get cheaper as they get closer to next season, but will it still be there? Because it's already on a good discount now, where normally it is at that point in the season. But I've been seeing just like boards flying off of shelves, even like when I was up at Powder Tools this past weekend, just hanging out with the boys. There's nothing in that fucking store now. There's like some stuff, but it's not nearly what it was during Slash and Burn. And that's because they had everything 60% off. So like, you can, but you're playing a spicy game there where you might be able to get it cheaper, but it might not be there. And you might just shot yourself in the foot and have to pay full pop for next year's. And then your girlfriend's going to be really pissed. So when in doubt, just tell her it was on sale. Yeah, probably. But just tell her it was on sale. They do it to you all the time. I guarantee it. Like, I bought it. It was on sale. You're like, okay. I'm like, can't be that pissed. But, yeah. So my girlfriend,
if you don't have a girlfriend, she can't be pissed. That's just my logic.
True. That's true. That's what my girlfriend does to me. I'm pretty sure, though. She'll be like, it was on sale.
Just rent hookers. It's great. Then when you're done with them, they never judge you. They're great. They'll even play Helldivers with you.
Do whatever you want in the hour.
I hell dive with a whole squad of hookers. They're just throwing down orbital barrages. It's great.
You gotta bring your own PlayStation though.
Hey, that's on her. All right. We got E-Man Deluxe looking for a spin. We'll give him a spin. Dude, we are out in the fucking weeds. We're like 50 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Click the links. All right. Okay. Beziums, what can you do to mitigate the smell during stinky boot season without the full freezer method? You need to pull your liners out of your boots and pull your footbeds out of your boots. Wipe everything down. Spray it all down with like a little bleach mixture in there. Let it fully dry. I know you live up in the Northwest and it's super humid and all that shit. Get 2 tube socks, fill them full of rice, and then throw them in the liner when it's outside the boot. Or fire. Otherwise, burn everything and get new boots.
What I used to do is go get the Sunday paper, crumple up the paper, and put them in your boots, especially towards the toes. It'll suck all the moisture out of it. And that used to work really well with my soccer cleats. I haven't done it in a while in my snowboard boots, but that'll definitely take out the moisture out of there in between days for sure. So you can do that. It's not going going to be the cheapest way of doing it. But yeah, that's what I would do. Or take them out, definitely air them, put them somewhere where you're going to get a breeze, the liners, and you should be fine. But that's just what I do every night. Is when I get home from riding, I just take the liners and the footbeds out and just let them hang out like on the floor, and they're dry by the next day and they don't stink.
Yeah,
they still don't stink, and I have 100 days on them.
Dry boot dryers that I just sink in there and boom, they do what I need to do.
Yeah, you can get a pair of the $30 boot dryers that you have too that are money, but.
Oh, you almost lost a letter, but it bounced into win a letter. You're back in the lead, big guy. He's back to S.N.O.W.B.O.A.R.D.
There it is.
He's doing it. Somebody has to, right? All right. Okay. We got Ben Smar. Prices aside, I'm debating between the Nitro Alternator and the Capita Megadeth. Thoughts for an average rider that likes steeps, moguls, and trees? You just need the alternator. You don't need the Megadeth. Like people,
you're
don't
gonna hate the
understand. Like it's a great board. I'm not denying this, but so many people don't understand what it's really meant for. It's something you bust out on special occasions. You know, like you're gonna go do a bank slalom, or you're gonna you want to just go really fast on a groomer and set a new land speed record. The alternator is going to be better all the way around.
Yeah, you're not going to want to take it into the trees. You're not going to want to take it. It's not going to be fun in the moguls. That's going to be the worst in the moguls, in my opinion, because it's just going to want to go too fast, where you're going to end up using moguls as jumps with that board pretty much. If you're not on your shit, especially because you're more of an average rider as opposed to like that higher up ability level, the Megadeth's going to be too much. You're going to get your ass kicked real quick and realize, oh shit, I cannot daily drive this board. Or you're going to bust it on something in preseason or going into the trees. And it's not the most durable board. I would say it's like a supercar. Like,
yeah,
you rub the curb with the supercar, you got a lot of damage. Same thing with that board. You bounce off a tree or a rock or something, there's going to be a lot of damage to it.
Oh, you mean like the dumbass with the Aventador that fucking curbed it last summer across the street from my house?
Yes.
I watched him do it.
Just like that.
And he gets out and he's like looking at it. And I was like, all you hear from me out my window, that's going to be pricey.
Yeah. It's just like that. But like, that's, I think what people have to realize about the Megadeth is it's a fucking supercar. It's $1,000 snowboard. Like, you have to treat it like that. You can't treat it like a daily drive or something to beat up. Like, that's just not what it's made for.
If I had a Megadeth, it would come out when the season is at its peak with the thickest depth where I don't have to worry about it for groomers and bank slaloms. That's how I would ride it. Like days, I'm just going to go out and I want to go fast and carve. That's what it would be. I wouldn't ride that every day. And I don't think people understand that. So
no, definitely not. It's got to be that perfect day. Like I'm not taking it out right now in these conditions where you can see some brown spots. Not doing that. Like,
oh
I know
my God,
there's
dude,
a
I
good base
fucking
in most
ollied
spots.
a mud hole today in the base area in the morning when I was coming to see you. And some woman was just looking at she's like, you can jump over those? And I'm like,
You want.
yeah. Okay. Like, what? You don't jump over things? Do you just run into it? Like, what do you do?
I still haven't seen the mud skim this year. Nobody's skimmed over any mud.
Yeah. I don't know. People don't understand that. Oh, nothing. All right. We got MB back. Hi, sir. I'd like another letter, please. Thank you. Well, it's up to the wheel. It's not up to me. You lose a letter.
Oh.
He's back to S. He had 3 at one point.
That's
oh. All right, James Lee. Well, James Lee got a letter.
That's because James Lee didn't ask for a letter.
James
the
Lee didn't
homie
ask for
discount.
anything.
Yeah,
He just threw money into the void, and that's what he
this
got.
wheel, this wheel is like a snowboard shop. If you got to ask for the discount, you're not getting the discount. But James just said, you know what? Here's $2.
He just threw money in the tip jar and
Yeah.
walked away and was like, fuck
Yeah,
it.
didn't ask for
Karma will
shit.
come back to me.
He didn't even buy anything. He just said, here's $2. Whatever.
All right. We got Nate, David. Do you guys ever get tired of answering the same questions all the time or just absolutely love talking snowboarding spin, please? You're not getting a spin. Here's the thing. There's two ways you can look at this. Yes, as the season goes on, it gets tiresome. But if you ever looked at how I answer questions versus TC in the comment section, it's very snarky. It's very on the nose. Like, I'll get people that are like, how would this board compare to this? I don't know. Maybe we should have a review of each of them. Oh, wait, we do. What would be your top 5 picks for this? We have this, Yeah, it does grow tiresome. But here's the thing. If you answer the questions, if you tell people what they need to hear, not what they want to hear, even if they get pissed at you, they're going to come back to get the advice that they need. And if you give them the advice they need, not what they want, they're going to have a better experience. And if they have a better experience, they're going to remember it. And so, yeah, sometimes you answer it, but it's the same thing. Like if we were working the sales floor in a shop again, do you think that it doesn't turn into Groundhog's Day, peak season, where you're just like, and put your foot in the boot. Okay, let's tighten it up. Now move forward. How does that feel on the big toe? How does it feel side to side? It's the same shit,
Well, that's what I was going to say. I was like, I mean, regardless if it's here or at Powder Tools, get the same question. And this time I don't have to have somebody put their foot in a brand new snowboard boot without them tying it. And they're like, my toe's touching the front. This is too small. I'm like, shut up and just tie the damn boot. Like, I don't have to do that right now. So, I mean, if I just have to answer the question, are you going to, like, I feel like we get this every week. You guys going to ride Cardiff? No, that's it. Like, it's not that bad. It's fine.
Or my favorite, like, why don't you guys review Burton? Fuck off. Like, we've hit a point, like, the name is Angry Snowboarder. So if you get an angry answer, they're like, you're rude. And I'm like, what I don't need to market it anymore. It's there, like, this is what it is. But at the end of the day, like, we're not shit without our fan base, and we're stoked on that. But yeah, we're not going to make everyone happy. And there's people that have been longtime fans that have just snapped because I called them out on something. And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Like going back to the Megadeth, this dude went on a tangent about how it's the most warranted Capita board ever. And I was like, no, it's not. He's like, you don't know what you're talking about. Call this shop, call that shop. And I was like, it's not the most warranted board. They only made 500. There was that literal year that almost put the company out of business because all the top sheets fell off. I was like, I'm sorry, but a Capita Stairmaster Extreme that they sold like 5,000 to 8,000 of versus a Megadeth that they made maybe 500 to 1,000 of, it's night and day difference, dude. Like to you, it might seem like it's the most warranted board, but it's not. And this guy's just going on, and he actually made a physical threat to me, and I was just like, you're a fucking male model. If I bite your face, you're never going to make money again. And I'm like, but that's the world I live in. And I'm like, whatever. Like I said, I'll tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. If you want to hear what you want to hear, there are plenty of other channels that will tell you anything to get a sale out of you, to get you to buy some shitty product or something. Like, I don't care. Like, I know that. And go ahead, sir.
I was gonna say, I mean, yeah, just to kind of answer the other part, like, yeah, we do love talking about snowboarding, but at certain points, like, I want to talk about other things when I'm not working. Like, I know you've probably had it, but like when I worked at Powder Tools and it's like I go to the bar to have a drink, people would like swarm me and be like, "Hey, dude," I'm like, "Fuck, I don't want to talk snowboards right now. I really don't. I was at work from 8 to 8. I don't want to talk about snowboards anymore." And that's all they want to talk about. It's like shit. But
well, my favorite, today, like we were on the chairlift and you were talking about riding with the reps yesterday, and they're like, what do you mean when you're like not at work, your phone doesn't blow up? And you're like, no, when we go on vacation, Averin will not hit me up for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, and it's like you just need to desensitize. You got to like recharge the batteries, and it's like I was telling Averin about same chairlift ride. I was like, we got to get more European. We got to adopt that system of once you're on vacation, you're on vacation. Don't hit me up for shit. Somebody else can deal with it. Like, it's not that big of a deal. not life or death. It's snowboard. So like, and I told that to all of our rep friends, and they're like, "You do that?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I do that." I was like, "It's not that important, especially in the off season. Like in the summer, nobody needs you at that moment. All the sales are done, all the deadlines are done. They're just waiting for the product to come in. So it's like you're not changing orders or anything. If you're taking the summer off, take the whole summer off. Like that's what it is."
Yeah, no, it's just funny. I mean, people don't realize, like, when we go on vacation, I'm not like texting TC. I might send him a meme. I might check up on him or see if he needs something, or there might be a small little work thing. And I'll be like, hey,
Yeah.
if you get a chance in the next few days.
Yeah.
Because like last summer when you went to Minnesota, I think I only hit you up twice, right?
Yeah, you're like, "How you doing?" I was like, "I'm bored as shit, dude. It's week 2. I don't know what I'm supposed to do." Like, "You're not supposed to do anything." I was like, "I know, that's a problem. I'm bored."
Yeah, well, that was
Like,
the
what am
thing.
I
Like, but it was good in that sense because you came back and wanted to do more work and stuff. But it was like Christmas break, we were like, he was like, "Merry Christmas," stuff like that. How he'd text me and be like, "How things going?" I'm like, "Dad got COVID."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Oh God." And I'm like, "I
Yeah.
know, right?" Man with lung cancer got COVID. I'm like sitting here, I'm like, is he about to die? Like that's how we deal with stuff in there, and so that we can come back and be recharged. Like we were talking today, like, was this going to be the last live stream before we go on a summer hiatus for a couple weeks? And TC's like, no, let's do one next week because that'll be another month. And I was like, okay, we'll do 1 or 2 more before we go on break, and then we'll come back in June. We'll have a couple weeks off, and we'll do it again until the end of the year, and then about like the 15th to the 18th of December, then we disappear until after the 1st. So it's good, but yeah. All right. We got JA Physio /Shimi sizes. Will there be sizes smaller than a 55? No, because if you want something smaller than a 55, you buy the after hours, which is the women's version, essentially, in that.
Yeah.
All right. Another super chat from Beziums. Trying to convince wife trademark to get matching 203s, and she isn't sold yet. She's got this. You both need 203 BBCs, big black cannons. Then you can then your wife can go around telling people that she has a BBC at home, big black cannon.
Yep.
Or she's like, I got to go ride my BBC. Just opens. The best is that the Nitro guys did not catch on to that, and now we're doing it.
Yeah, I was telling Trevor about it actually at Bucket Banked, and he's like, "You did what?" And I was like, "Yeah, I did that." He goes, "That's fucking awesome. That's hilarious." And Andy's like, "Oh hell yeah, dude, I like that." I'm like, "Sick."
Yeah,
Because I told him, I was like,
the
"Just fair
BBC.
warning." Yeah, it's like I did do that. And they're like, "You said what, dude?" And I was like, "Yeah, big black cannon." And they're like, "Okay, that's funny." I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "You guys did that on purpose. Don't try to like convince me you didn't. It
Well,
used
you
to be
got to
pink and
remember
now
the
it's
first
black."
year it was big pink. I
Yeah,
mean, it looked like a
yeah,
dildo. It was a
yeah.
vibrator.
That's what I said. I was
Then
like,
there was the
it's
blue one and blah blah. Now we got BBC, the big black cannon.
yeah. It's funny.
I really want to make up like a sticker or shirt that says my other ride is a 203 BBC.
That would be good.
I
That
feel
would be
like
a
that's
pretty
just
good
a
one.
funny thing because like I know if I send it to Benny and Knut at Nitro, they're gonna be like, this is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
So Oh, this isn't blank. All right. We got Centauri 2410. Hi, Anger Guys, boot fitting question. I added a butterfly wrap to my Nitro boots and it's almost perfect. What should I add for the ultimate heel lock? J bars or C bars? Thanks. Actually, if anything, you probably need a tongue shim on the front to sink you back in and suck up that volume before you go to a J bar. So you would actually need like that tongue shim to get that. Which I am redoing the boot fitting videos when we get back from vacation. Like I was hoping to have them done before, but long story short, I think by the end of August, we'll have 650 videos done for the next season, give or take.
Yeah.
we're going to be working, like at this point, we will start working on stuff a year out for everything. Okay. Ooh, I like this one from Mystery Turtle. What brand has your favorite graphics? Karua. All white or all black. That's all you get. I'm like, fuck yeah. I've hit that point in my life. If we're actually talking real graphics, though, I think Dinosaurs Will Die is super solid. They've got some cool stuff. Public's got some cool stuff. Those are like probably my two favorites. What about you, sir?
I really like. Well, you're talking this year's or next year's?
Whatever. In general.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Next year's, I really like Jones full line. Like, it's just simple. It looks good. They actually changed graphics on a lot of the shit, which I think it was definitely time for that. Otherwise, I really dig the ride graphics for next year. Like, just what Banks did with them. Like that shadow band looks dope. The deep fake has its own feel to it, where it's not all skulls. Like, there isn't one fluid like graphic for everything that ties it all together. They kind of gave each board its own characteristics, which I really liked in it. And it's not so like death metal as it like as like the what was that board? The machetes used to be. Like, those used to be just terrible graphics.
Oh god, the
And it's
machetes
like,
look like they look like a 12-year-old hyped up on Red Bull and Pixie Sticks
yeah.
nightmare fuel.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, it's a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. Like, the Berserker is like just line work pretty much on it and like shapes, and you're like, okay, that's fine. That's cool. It matches exactly what it is. So, yeah, I really like Ride's graphics there. What do you think about the next year's Yes graphics?
I don't know. It looks like lobster vomited on some stuff. Although the new Pick Your
Yeah.
Line on Ink is probably the best graphic it's ever had, and it's going to sell so much better based on that graphic because so many people are like, I like what you're saying about the board. I will not buy it because of the graphic. And I was like, fucking put a sticker on
Yeah.
it. Don't be a bitch.
Well, yeah, that last year's I could see that. I love that graphic, but a lot of people are like, that graphic sucks. It's too loud. And it's like, yeah, it's better. And then like even the regular Pick Your Line next year, I think looks better. It's not so old man. Like, more people who I think are gonna like it, but it's either you're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. That's what it is, I think.
So here's one for you guys. Our editor Ben asked me specifically if he could do top 5 graphics for next year. He could do the top 5, and I was like, you can do whatever you want, buddy. And he goes, really? And I was like, he's like, it's the one time he wants to get in front of the camera, do the top 5, and I was like, that's fine because that's one list that TC and I don't have to do shit for. It's the guy from behind the camera is going to come out or behind the screen editing it. It's going to do it. And he's like, really? And I was like, you can fucking have it.
Well, he's like, I'm the one who fucking looks at every graphic that you guys
exactly.
provide. I'm
Like he's
okay,
editing everything. So just so you guys know, I think as of today, with reviews, I think with what TC and I have, I think we're over 180 between boards and bindings. So, and I think there was only like 40 something bindings. So that's like crazy amount of boards. So yeah,
I have 18 boards and 2 sets of bindings left to ride.
Okay. I think I've got 16. I think I got 16 pieces left. So
it's doable. We're there. I can see the finish line.
Which is funny because a month ago, you're like, does this ever fucking end? And I was like looking at him going, and I'm like, what do you?
That was 2 weeks ago.
Dude, we're almost done. Like, we're way ahead of schedule. And you're just like, this is awful. And I was like, you got to realize the perspective from me. Usually at this time of the year, I'm looking at another 30 days of riding the basin to get stuff done. And now I'm like, oh, we'll be done in like a week or two.
Yeah, that was last time we filmed because I remember dropping off like 10 boards and like 3 sets of bindings. And then you're like, oh, here's 10 more. I'm like, God damn it. Like, every time I get so close, I'm like, my room looks like it looks like an office now. And it's like, no, it doesn't. It looks like a snowboard showroom again. Like, it's like, take out a whole pile and it's like, bring them back. And you're like, shit. Like, I just.
Oh, did I tell you what happened to me this week? I had to go find the Nidecker box to ship them back. So I had to go in the spare bathroom, but there's so many boxes. I had a box avalanche fall on me and it shut the door and blocked it. And I was just
Oh no.
stuck in a corner, just moving shit. It took me 10 minutes to get out. Like
Oh
people don't
God.
realize, so it's got a shower. The shower is all full of board boxes. Then there's the toilet full of board boxes, then binding boxes on the toilet, then more board boxes in front of that, then board boxes behind the door, then more boxes on top of the vanity. And like I was just moving stuff around. And then I threw a giant boot and binding box on top of everything. So it's like just crushing shit. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay,
your house
Rich
looks a
Foster,
lot worse.
bankruptcy sucks. Hashtag fuck my life. Well, let's get you back on the board, bud. We'll get you back on the board and then let you go bankrupt again.
It can't be that bad. Trump goes bankrupt like every year or so.
He went bankrupt again.
You didn't have anything. You're all right.
All right. We got Senior Kobe. Have a yes standard. Wanted more camber, so got a standard on ink. I want to learn park, but don't want to destroy the unink on rails. Should I keep the standard to learn park or sell and get a top 5 park board? You can do either. If you're on a budget, you ride the standard. But if you're really like, here's the crazy thing: there are some screaming ass deals on park boards right now. Like, I mean, honestly, like, I think if the Endeavor's still got stuff going on, you can pick up like an Endeavor for like under $200. It's crazy. But here's what I do. I'll devote this Saturday's community tab sale thing all to park boards for you. And I'm sure you'll find a deal. So scroll through that when we do it on Saturday morning, and you'll probably find something. If not, ride that standard into the ground. You're just learning, so it's all good. Then you save your standard on ink.
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, you got yourself another letter, sir. So that's a solid. You're up to SN. You know, maybe by the end of the summer, you'll win a park board.
Right after he buys one.
Yeah, right after, be like, God damn it.
Yep.
All right. We got Super Crazy Peanut Butter Dave. Is the dance hall too much for slow cruising, greens, and blues? No, that's exactly what it's for.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Got a super chat from MB. Best non-pro snowboarders we should follow.
Hairbone's got pretty good Instagram.
Who?
Harry. Hairbone.
Oh, Harry. Yeah. He's moving to Salt Lake.
He's always
Kenny when he's not injured.
Kenny's when he's not injured.
Robot Candy.
Yep. Tron 69 420. That's my boy Marty. He's always got some good shit on there.
Good old Party Marty. Yeah, everyone should just follow Chad Otterstrom.
Follow Chad Otterstrom. Well, he's pro.
No, he's a company owner.
That's true.
And you can buy a subscription to his Instagram so you get the leaked content. It's like his OnlyFans, but more backcountry.
It's backcountry OnlyFans. What else? Mellow. He's got some good skate clips normally in the summer. That's it. Oh, K Carl. Oh, K Carl. He's always doing something stupid.
Who?
Curtis.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, cucked. Next person gets a letter. That goes to Charles. Dude, people are just losing it today. They're not,
Nobody's winning their own letters.
Oh, it bounced out.
Oh, sorry, Charles.
All right, so Charles, how does the K2 Almanac compare to the S.N.O.W.B.O.A.R.D? It's got more tail to it and like more pop in it. It's more like an old mountain board and less like a party board. Like it's just the shape. It's hard to describe. Like the Almanac is supposed to replace the party platter, and it really doesn't feel like it when you get on it. Like if you're looking to carve and party board and stuff, I'd rather be on a S.N.O.W.B.O.A.R. if you're like doing a little more all mountain, going to ride some POW, then you kind of want to go with the Almanac, I think. This isn't blank. Well, Milo wants us to know you can rent out Bruce Mound in Wisconsin on Saturday, Sunday nights for $2,750, and it includes snow tubing.
Ooh,
Bring the family.
snow tubing.
Yeah.
Actually not bad.
All right.
You got a tow rope there?
I don't know. I've never even heard of this place. S. Scott, 1986. So the Burton lover who thinks it's the only goods brand got my letter. True chaos. I both love and hate this. Hashtag embrace the chaos. This is how we do things. You know how it is. It's chaotic around here. At any given point, I'm waiting for this room to start on fire. And you got This Isn't Blank. Okay. MB, I guess I'm addicted to spins now. You've turned into letters. Toe side, never. Okay, let's see. Letters wants to know, do I even have S? Hashtag letters for letters. Are you even on the board? That's the question.
I thought he was last week. I thought he had 2 SN, but he might have bankrupt. I don't remember.
No, he had S last week and then he bankrupt, so he's got nothing.
Well, maybe this will be an S for you.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Person above you gets a letter. Oh, that's just, and that goes to IK. Oh, got my new Drop manufacturing gloves today. They're solid. Thanks for their Drop makes good stuff, man. They do. Used them for years. All right. Well, mark that down that he's got an S. This is getting out of hand. I'm going to need an assistant. All right. Michael Stacy, I need to spin. Hashtag gas station sushi. Don't eat gas station sushi. Unless you're in Hawaii. That's totally acceptable. But if you're in the middle of Utah at 2 a.m, do not eat gas station sushi. And remember to click the links. All right. Beziums, turn left instead of right at Idaho. I'm going straight. Oh, you got nothing. All right, we got this one from Fritchie. Hey guys, I'm 5'8", 175 pounds, 8.5 boots, have 12 toes. Should I get a 156 or 159 deep fake for East Coast riding? Hashtag validation, please. It depends. If you're riding more groomers and the occasional tight trees on the East Coast, 56. If you're going to head west with that thing for deep days and you want to charge harder, 59.
Yeah.
Like you're kind of on the fence with both. Ollie slow signs. Oh yeah, sorry. I said that I said that Christian Bale was in the mechanic. I'm sorry. It was the machinist. That's the one where he was anorexic. My bad. Began with an M. I was close. All right.
That was so far. That was so long ago.
Dude, we're so far in the fucking weeds.
That was like an hour ago.
I know. All right. Woo, new job. I'm going to donate another board this year, Averin. Love you guys. Dude, we love the support you give us, Eric.
Love that.
Eric's one of our biggest supporters from the East Coast, so stoked on that. Why'd you rig this, TC?
The first time it's happened today. I was like, I wonder if we got rid of that.
No, it's still there. All right, we got My Knees Are Cheese. Looking good, boys. What are y'all going to do with yourselves once the resorts close? Cry. More strip clubs for work. Scootering at the skate park. Come to North Carolina for a beach trip. Hashtag bring back high backpacks. High backpacks are back. There's like 2 companies making them now. It's crazy.
What
You
are
know
high
what those are, right?
backpacks?
Do you see where they slide over the high back and they're the little pack?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Crab Grab makes them.
Yeah, Crab
Candy
Grab's
packs.
doing them again. Yeah, so
Yeah, candy packs.
But you know what I've got that's vintage? Leg bag.
The leg bag.
Might have to give that away at some point. Ooh, this isn't blank. Okay. All right, we got Beziums again. What's your preferred base cleaner? Snow Carney tears. Hashtag Gorb is smelly. No, I use watered down Goo Gone. That's it. 50-50 mix of Goo Gone and water. That's what I've been using. Citrus base cleaner, basically. Anything like that. Gasoline if I'm really pissed off. Ooh, ouch. Person above you gets a letter that goes to E-Man Deluxe. So I think he gets a second one. Didn't he get one earlier?
I thought he went bankrupt earlier.
Oh, maybe he did. That might. Yes, he did. He went bankrupt earlier. That's right.
We'll wait on the board. And you did it in the right order.
Yeah, you did.
You got
coming out ahead.
Bankrupt before you got anything.
You got an S. All right. Okay, we got Michael Stacy riding split boards. Is that backcountry? And we're not doing that. That's not us. Like, if anyone's gonna do it, I'm hiring Creston to do it.
Yep.
That's it. Like, I'm not doing that. That is a lot more work than I ever want to do. Oh, Gunked Gungus. All right. We got My Knees Are Cheese. Remind me, which strip club does TC work at during the off season? Oh, TC disconnected. Oh, TC's reconnecting. Where's he going with this? What are you doing? You get out of here. I'll put you back in a minute. TC works at Shotgun Willie's on amateur men's night. It's $500 prize if he wins. His stripper name is Thunder Cheeks. It's the most thunderous of cheeks. You're back.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. It just said
you touched yourself.
It like kicked me out, but it still let me be here. So I was like, I don't
Ooh. Spray skiers. All right. We got to be. Please make me lose a letter. Hashtag reverse psychology. No, you get to spray skiers. All right. We got this one from Eric Kim. What are some boards y'all are excited to test ride for 2020? No. We've tested. We've ridden. There's so many fucking boards. New moderators, really, really solid. Rode a really interesting board today from Signal. It's the Compass with a new 3D shaping, and it's actually designed by this guy Jason Keynes that used to design boards for O-Matic. He invented their BS technology, so it's really different. And I'll have a whole explain video. That was pretty cool to ride. What about you, sir? You got a TC? You got anything you want? You're stoked on? TC? TC's dead. Ugh. Maybe he'll come back. I don't know. We'll get rid of him for a minute. See if he's allowed back in. You alive? TC's dead. All right. You know what? Let's see. Skip ahead. We'll take this one from Hamster Coolbean. What's a good middle of the road stiffness damp binding for spring corn and slush, mostly for park? I would personally go with a Rome Katana. I think that's what you need, and that's super, super solid. So, okay. Well, all right. Got yourself a letter too, so that's solid. Let's see. Are you even on the list? Got to check it twice. I don't think you are. Okay. We'll give you an S. There you go. Okay. Trick. The wheel will bless me. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. Look, TC still hasn't moved. He dead. Next question gets a spin. Well, there's no next question. So I think we're going to call it a day here, everyone. This is how we're going to get out of here. I got to call TC and check on him, make sure he's not dead. For all I know, a nuclear blast took him out. But we'll have a new top 5 next week. Explain video tomorrow. All that. We'll be back next week with a live stream. Let's check out. We'll close out this poll that we had. So should we rent a resort for a private shred weekend? 59% of you said yes. 5% said no. 13% said take my money. And 23% said, is this free? I'm poor. So, yeah. Oh, well. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for everything. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, TC will have a better internet connection. I don't know. So, yep. Yep. TC just texted me. He's like, my internet died. Oh, it did. All right, guys. We'll see you.